Well, hello. Happy Thankful Thursday. Another episode over at Ask Cindy Connector Live. So, I'll tell you a little bit about my story of what this show is actually about. I wrote a book quite a while ago, actually in the late 80s, and all about referrals and connecting with people. And about 10 years ago, one of my friends named me as Ask Cindy Connector because I love giving referrals. And so in 2017, I started this branding, Ask Cindy Connector Live. And it's just so important to pay it forward. We love our business. We have passion for our business, but it's also important to get to know what other people are doing and share their passion. Because the more that we pay it forward, it's going to come back to us tenfold. So today I am so excited. Finally, Miss Kim, I actually met her through a Facebook mutual friend, and I am so blessed. I am so grateful for this amazing lady. And so tell us your story and tell us what you do.
Thank you so much for having me and just like dealing with me getting on here. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3, and so life gets crazy often. And so juggling, sometimes just doing anything can be insane. So a little bit about what I do. I run a home-based health and wellness business. I have plant-based products, holistic products, and I spend my time helping other people find ways to do lots of things. So sometimes it's lose weight. Sometimes it's find ways to get their gut healthy to either be preventative in the future, or unfortunately, sometimes people come to me because they've already become sick and they are wanting to heal their gut after so that they're not having to deal with health issues in the future. A lot of times people are wanting to get off prescription medication for things like anxiety, chronic pain, diabetes. There's a long list of things. And so there are different ways that people have been successful at doing that by taking natural supplements. And so I help people try to find different ways, to do that. So that's sort of what I do. And the way that I sort of fell into this business, I guess I should back up. I was a social worker for almost 13 years. I started out volunteering for a domestic violence and rape crisis shelter, and when I was in graduate school, and just found my passion in helping families, but mostly in helping children. I loved working with kids, and I really felt the need to help kids that had been abused. And so I went to school to be a therapist, and I got my degree in clinical psychology, but I felt a passion to be a social worker. And so I graduated and I started working for Children and Family Services, and I spent 10 years as a social worker, and then 2 years later on training social workers. I worked for San Diego State School of Social Work. So I absolutely loved working with families and working with children. But I had kids along the way, and I wanted to be with my kids. And it was a really hard juggle over time, trying to figure out how to be a professional and work all of those hours and be home. I wanted to be with my family. I wanted to be with my kids. As your kids get older, my son was playing sports. My daughter was in cheer. Later on, my daughter would have some mental health issues and really need me. And all of these things were coming up, and I wanted so badly to have it all, and I just couldn't. It wasn't physically possible to work 12, 14-hour days, commute, and do all of those things. So I was able to stay home. My last position with San Diego State was a contract position. It ended. I ended up doing, sorry, I'm parked in a car because that's what happens when you're a stay-at-home mom, is that you sit in a car. I parked next to I just dropped my daughter off, and I'm like right next to the park, right where I dropped her off at my mom's.
Fine.
So I ended up getting to be home. My contract ended. I stayed home. I was going to stay home for the summer. I got pregnant with my last one, and so I'm home. Like, that's just sort of what happened. And I had a really high-risk pregnancy, so I had a lot of health issues with my pregnancy. And then shortly after, within that first year, I started having some health issues. I have a super long testimony that I would be happy to share with anybody, but the short of it is that about a month before my daughter's first birthday, my youngest, who's going to be 4 now, I had some pretty severe pain, and I was hospitalized, and then hospitalized again a month later. But within that month, I was diagnosed with diverticulitis. I also had an abscess in my ovary. It was super infected to the point that I almost went septic. I waited a week to go get seen because I was a mom and I was trying to manage so many things, and I just didn't take it seriously, and I should have. Had I waited another day, I might not even be here. I don't know. But I was very ill, and I spent an entire year going back and forth to a surgeon and waiting for a surgery. I was told that likely it would be an emergency surgery because they couldn't even do like I needed a colonoscopy and all of these things done, and they couldn't do any of those things. So I just kept going. It was like a bounce back and forth, waiting until it got bad enough to walk into an emergency room and have a doctor do surgery, and likely told that I would need a colostomy bag. And so it was devastating. I had a 1-year-old at this time. I had kids in sports. I had a daughter who at this time was extremely depressed. So she was in a treatment program that required me to be there all the time. I had gained a ton of weight. I had become depressed. Like all of these things had happened. So I find it sad sometimes that that doctors don't, and I don't want to say all doctors because there's some amazing doctors out there, but they don't sometimes share other options. So I was given, antibiotics, and I was given pain meds. And when I was anxious, I was given anxiety meds. And when I couldn't sleep, I was given sleep meds. But nobody said to me, have you ever looked at probiotics? Have you ever considered looking at gut health? They certainly said eat better, like eat green is what the doctor told me. Like, okay, then like eat salads all
Same
day.
here. I have a very similar story. Yes. You got to be
Yeah.
advocate of your own health. You really do.
Yeah, but nobody said to me, have you tried anything natural? Like just try it, right? What's the worst case? So looking into gut health, I had actually taken Plexus years prior, but just taken it for like mom, like just to get energy. So I drank the pink drink. I loved it. So I knew the people, I stayed involved. I had seen their stories, but never involved in the way that I was now. And I never had serious health issues. I've suffered with IBS and I've suffered with migraines. Not that those aren't serious issues, but I just dealt with them. I thought they were normal. By the way, guys, totally things that can be managed by managing your gut health. 100% not normal, and they are things that people can easily fix by managing gut health. So I don't want to diminish that those are serious issues, but they were issues I accepted. So when this issue came up, this was something I could no longer deal with. I couldn't function. I couldn't get out of bed. I was in pain like 24/7. My hormones were all over the place too because my ovary had become infected. Like thought maybe I was going to go through menopause. Like I'm 39 years old. Like, you know what I mean? Like all of the things. So I started trying the products again, very consistently. I did not, mess around this time because, of course, there's no reason to mess around, it was surgery or not. And within that first month, within the first week, I felt better. I had energy because, the pink drink that we have is amazing. It has chromium and beetroot. It balances your blood sugars. Anyone that's heard of our products knows, we share about the pink drink because it just makes people feel good. Like it's a natural energy drink. A natural energy drink. But within that first month, I always tell people that 5-week marker for me, the symptoms of my diverticulitis, the pain, the constant pain was gone. And I have not in 6 months, almost 7 months, had any flare-ups. And a lot of people, diverticulosis is usually the diagnosis. And then when you have a flare-up, it's diverticulitis. I will tell you, I had a flare-up for almost an entire year. Every single CT scan I had, and I probably had 10 or maybe more in a year, I had a flare-up. Like I was living in the diverticulitis stage. Since I started taking products for my gut health, I have not had any flare-ups. I have been completely clear. Some of the other issues that I had, like migraines, my A1C was very high. They were worried that I was going to need medication to regulate my blood sugars. My dad is a diabetic. He is on 4 days of dialysis because of metformin. They were talking medication to me. That was something that had started to creep up. I lowered my A1C in just a couple months. I'm actually doing my A1C testing next week again, and I'm very excited to see where it's at now. So I haven't had any migraines. I was able to wean myself off of migraine medication I'd been on for half of my life, an anti-seizure preventative medication. Like I said, IBS issues, A1C issues, depression and anxiety issues, right? I had no idea that was related to my gut health, nor did I know I was depressed. Yeah, well, I didn't know.
I'm going through something right now with my mom. It's really hard to take my mom's decline in health with the dementia. So
Oh,
some days are bad, but I just get through it and I'm courageous and get through the day. But yes, some days are
oh,
pretty bad talking to her and her behavior. Yeah.
oh, I bet. Yeah, it's tough because they don't understand, but yet you still have to deal with it. You know what I mean? You're the one dealing with all the, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
you just listen and you let them live their dream. You don't want to tear their dream down. Because my mom thinks she's coming home and she's not. I've sold her house and her stuff and all that. So yeah, just so important to just let them live the dream. But it's hard for family dealing with. It's literally almost like the
Yeah,
stages of death. Dealing with someone
absolutely.
who has dementia. Yeah. So what do you have for depression?
Yeah, so getting your gut healthy, honestly, your gut and your brain are connected, and the serotonin and everything is related to that. So, um, there's that picture of me in the middle. I don't know if you can see with the slim. Our triplex is really like the flagship product of everything that we do. So it has our slim, our pink drink. It has our bio cleanse, which is our magnesium supplement, and our probio 5. Those three products right there. I have a list I could share with anyone that would want to see. That's related to candida overgrowth or candida buildup. Candida overgrowth is related to just a list of so many things: anxiety, depression, like I said, blood sugar. Like there's just a ton of things that are related to that. Many people that take the triplex, my 12-year-old daughter, who, like I said, had some health issues, is also taking the triplex. I that's what changed my issues for me. Have had so much relief in it. And then we also have a probiotic called Vital Biome, which works specifically on your gut in that area. So it helps with GI distress, and then it also helps specifically with mood. So most people take both. I do, and so does my daughter. But the Vital Biome is, I get out of bed and it's the first thing I take in the morning is my Vital Biome. And then, I take my other products over the day. But those two things, your gut health is related. The gut and brain are connected. And I know you're going to ask me in a little bit about my group, but I share a lot about information. And I had no idea that even your gut and brain being connected, how much that was related to like chronic pain, right? Because when you talk about receptors and how you receive and feel like your pain, and I didn't even know, like the more that I learn about things to share and to help others, it blows my mind. Like the things that are related and how, because my pain has been decreased so much. And I take collagen too. I took collagen for my skin, right, girl? I just wanted to get like a glow. I'm 41 years old. I wanted my skin to be pretty. And then my joints started like feeling better. And then and I'm learning about products because I fell into this business. I didn't start to do this business. It started to feel good. And then wanted to share with people because I was so compelled as a social worker before. It felt right to me to share because I love helping others. And then the collagen was like, oh my gosh, like my knees don't hurt anymore and my back is like less sore. And I missed a day of collagen and I was like, whoa, what happened? Oh my God, the collagen works for that too. Like you read it and it says it helps with your joints, but you don't realize some of the benefits that these things have for different things in our body until you spend the time kind of looking at it. And so I spend a lot of time sharing about that so people know how each product helps and what it does for our body and how each thing is related. Because that's
How about
important
for my
me.
milk allergy? How
Yeah.
I've been having the hives and I've been having the stomach issues with the milk allergy.
So
Is that the same product?
that would probably be very much, and I would be happy to do some research on that for you, but my guess is it would be very much related to what we call like leaky gut or the candida overgrowth. And my guess is if your gut part was healed, that you may not even have to deal with. I know a lot of people that had allergies before that can eat and drink all the stuff that they want now. I'm sure you're not going to want to do that right away, but I think it would help with a lot of those issues. A lot of our allergies are related to those gut health issues. Yeah.
So let me do a quick announcement really quick for the audience. So make sure that you go to Facebook at Ask Cindy Connector Live. Also go to YouTube if you want to post comments or if you want to ask Kim any questions. Also, you're going to have to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. So Facebook and StreamYard can marry and we could see your comments. So tell us all about your group, your Facebook group.
Yeah, so I created this group. Initially, when I first started this business, like I said, I was so new, and I created a page just for my customers, like to update them or tell them about new products. And it was really just this little page for, my couple people as I started. But as I've grown my business, I've spent so much time learning about products and how products help people. And so I do a Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday. I pick a topic, or, sometimes I'll reach out and see if people have specific topics. And I spend a lot of time doing research, and then I spend an entire day covering the topic, issues that are related to it, and then supplements that are recommended. So I will research all of that, and then I will tie that into any supplements that we have, right? Because that's helpful too. If we have them, how can we help those people? I pull testimonies from all over our pages. So my bigger team page with my own team, other Plexus testimony pages, so that people can see other people. It's not just, people on my team or people that I know directly. These may be people that have shared a testimony, but that I've never met, so that people can see a broad range of how these supplements have helped. And I always spend time just sharing in general things that help, so people know, like, it doesn't just have to be about my supplements. But I really like to connect people into that group so that they have an opportunity to learn about different things. Sometimes people will come into the group months before, and then later on see something about, like, oh, I suffer from that too, or my family does too. Like, how can that help? Like, that's what I strive to help. I've had people come to me that have been sick after and said, oh, I saw that testimony 2 months ago and I just left the ER, like, oh my goodness, I need help. And that breaks my heart, but at least I know that they heard it, and that they know that there's been success and that we can help them. The best part about Plexus too is that they back up all their products. So there's a 60-day money back guarantee, and no one's like a cookie cutter. So it's very rare that I've seen that these products don't work for people. A lot of times what we do see is people just don't consistently take them. And so sometimes if you don't take something, it's not going to work. But if you don't like them, or it's just not a good fit for you, you get your money back. So you may read 100 testimonies and then take them and say, I just don't like it, or whatever that is. Then there's no issues. You just return it and we move on. And I love that, because I love the customer service, and I just love, Plexus is a health and happiness company, 100% first. I will post pictures all the time about weight loss, because I'm confident now and I feel so much better about myself. But we are 100% a gut health company. We focus on the health and wellness of people, and the health and wellness of, making sure that you are healthy first. All the other stuff comes after. So I think that's really important for people to know, that if something isn't a good fit, my job is to, like, spend time with you, help you pick the perfect products, make sure they're working right for you if they're not getting you on the products that are working right for you. And so that's what's so much fun about my group too. We do tons of giveaways when we do Wellness Wednesdays. We do Testimony Tuesdays in there. A lot of my girls go live. I do Pink Saturday. I'm doing one this weekend. So we do giveaways. We share about products. My group has grown from like 5 or 10 people to like almost 200 people. And I love having the interaction, and just having so many people in there, and just, being able to share, and other people being able to pop in and share their experiences too, about either why they love the products, or if something didn't work for them too. So other people know, like, hey, this product didn't work, but hey, I tried this and this did work. It's a forum of my customers and people that I know. And then a connector to, we have tons of bigger pages that have other testimonies, but this is like my personal private page too.
Yeah, because social proof is really key. And yeah, you could hold on after we get off the live, and maybe we could talk more about the leaky gut. But I actually need to lose weight. I need to lose another 30 pounds. I gained a whole bunch of weight when I was in Cabo, especially for my next surf lesson. So I need to get healthy. I need to lose weight, because it's definitely going to be easier for me to do the surf pop-up if I have a little less weight on me. So we'll definitely connect after the show. So tell my audience how you can be reached. Is Instagram the best point of contact, or what's your best point of contact?
Yeah, Instagram or Facebook. Instagram's probably the best. It's Healthy Happy You, with just a U, and you have it on there, right? Yeah, you have it below. But if you're on Facebook and not Instagram, it's just Kim Khoury, Khoury. And then you can send me an ad or send me a message on Instagram. I'm public on both, but I think on Facebook you still have to send me an ad. but I'm public on both, and you can follow or send me a message. My site is linked to both, but I always tell people, I'm always grateful for business. You're always welcome to go on and purchase, but I would love to talk to you first and help you pick out your perfect products. Yes, there's a money back guarantee, but these products they're meant to be customized for you. I want to talk to you about what's going on and how we can make them fit perfect for you. So I would much rather have a conversation with you first before you just go on and order. Like I said, always grateful for business, but I would rather have the conversation and make sure that we pick out the perfect products. So
yeah, it's really important to mention to the audience that not everything is guaranteed. Not everybody's story is the same. Yeah, you're not making health claims. You just tell stories and social proof.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. And guys, make sure that you follow Ask Cindy Connector Live. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and of course, Instagram. And definitely follow Kim on Instagram at Healthy Happy You. And make your day amazing. Today is Thankful Thursday. Go out there and be so grateful for waking up today. We do not know when our last day is going to be. And if you see anybody, make sure to compliment them. And even if you are going to order from a food app today, let's say you're going to order on Grubhub, make sure that you call the restaurant and say that you appreciate them and you had a great meal. It's so, so important to support small business, especially local. And we'll see you here on the next video. And stay tuned tomorrow on Pay It Forward Friday. We have great guests on. We'll see you soon. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Bye.